Hi, this is Ronnie, and this is my entry into Stampalicious NL's subby challenge. Renee challenged everyone to make a card, layout, tag, or an altered item. It could be any color or theme, but it must have a friendship pin as an embellishment. And when she first issued the challenge, I thought of this picture. I've been planning on scrapbooking it for a few years. I bought this paper to scrapbook it with, and in fact, I started to make the layout. I made this BFF and put it on there, and did Best Friends Forever, Veronica and Kathy, and that's all I did. The paper just sat there. I didn't do anything else with it. And every now and then I'd run across it in my paper stack, and I'd think, I really need to finish that layout. And so when she issued the challenge and said friendship pin, I thought, well, I can do my layout and put a friendship pin on it. I hadn't thought about doing a friendship pin. Anyway, I still wanted to use the paper, but I really didn't want that on there anymore. But I don't know what kind of glue I used, but it won't come off. So it's there to stay, because like I said, I still wanted to use the paper. But it says, one does not make friends, one recognizes them. And Kathy and I have been friends since kindergarten. We didn't go to school together, but our dads worked together. So I'd see her like at picnic that the factory had, and Christmas party, different things, I'd see her that way. And then we moved really close to them. I think her dad told my dad about a place over there to live, so we moved over there. So we weren't very many blocks away from each other, probably about 10. And she had 4 brothers, so she was the only girl, so to have a girl to play with, she had to go somewhere else. And so we've been friends for a long time. And this was a visit that she had made. I live in Missouri, and she lives about 7 hours away up by Chicago. And she'd come down for a visit, and my grandson took this picture. The first picture he took, since he is short, it was pretty, diagonal, and we looked way up there. So we had him stand on a chair and take the picture, and it looked a lot better then. But he done a really good job on the picture, considering he wasn't any older than what he was. But anyway, the friendship pin is right here, and she shows a few examples in her video. Renee, I wanted to thank you for the challenge, and that you put layout on there. I've got to do a few layouts this week, and I really like doing the layouts, so I really appreciate when there's layouts, cards, and tags on the challenge. But I wanted to bring, I didn't want just all the green. I think that's why I stopped to start with. I couldn't decide what to do with the picture. And once I put this on here, I thought, man, that's a lot of green. But, BFF was like a big thing at the time when I put that on there. And it still is, really, I guess. But I thought, well, Best Friends Forever, we've been friends over 50 years. So I would consider that Best Friends Forever. But I decided to bring the red out so it wouldn't be all just the green, even though I love green. And I used... I believe it was Paper Studio cardstock, and I also took this punch right here, and it's Fiskars. And since we went to grade school together and junior high, I thought, well, I'll put something from school to remind me of school on there. And then in the tabs, I put laughing together, because we've had a lot of good times. And this one's good times, laughing together over the years. And she's also my sister-in-law for many years. So we've went through a lot together. Anyway, this is my best friend. My sister is a best friend, and Kathy is too. I took this punch right here and made kind of like a medallion. And I also used this one, and I think one of the circles was using my Create a Memory circle thing. And this right here, punch right here, come from Amy Tangerine Lovestruck stamp collection. And I stamped it twice and layered it. And then Fleur de Lis kind of reminded me of the letters on here that I couldn't get off. So I added it right here, and it came from Lost and Found 2, Brad's. And I took some washi tape and put it through the pen and stapled it on with my tiny attacher, and also taped it so to be sure and stay on good, the friendship pen, and added it. And I thought, well, you know, that way it looks kind of like a medallion, have something to hang it from. This is a rub-on. I don't know what it's from. It's like a package I got years ago, and it was on HSN. It was like some, you know, good-sized package with a bunch of rub-ons. And, of course, you know, before I started doing YouTube videos, I didn't save anything like that. I just stored it. But down here, I also used the Amy Tangerine with, I'm going to see if I can get this to go down. Yeah. With the camera, and I stamped it once. I used a light green cardstock for this other part, and I inked it with the Tim Holtz old paper. Anyway, I stamped it on, and then I stamped it again on the red and cut out the heart. Fussy cut it out and put it on there, and the little spot right there. And also on this is a feather, so I did a couple feathers there and stamped them. And then on the banner here, I did the little flower again and used it kind of like a background. I did it once lighter where I stamped off of it, and then I stamped it darker so that it would go together. And the other ink that I used is, well, the one I stamped with is Olive from Close to My Heart. And I also use this stamp set, Technique Tuesday, and for the Good Times Laughing and Together. Anyway, I want to thank you again, Renee, for the challenge. I enjoyed doing it. I had, a lot of fun, and finally got a layout done that I've been planning on doing for a long time. And like I said, I didn't want to not use this paper because I really like the paper. And I don't know where it came from. I got it, I know where I got it. I got it at a scrapbook store about an hour and a half from here on a trip back from St. Louis. But I don't know the name brand of it. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. And you still have time. It closes the 24th. So you've got this weekend to get it done and get your entry in. And I think there's like some bonus entries if you mail your entry, which I'm sure she wouldn't want this entry. You get like 7 extra entries. And also if you mailed a card for her sister's birthday, which, you know, I forgot about doing it. And, well, I had a hard time finding this piece of paper, too. Because I thought, I know, I've seen it plenty of times, but where is it? Anyway, if you mailed a card for a sister's birthday, you got another entry. But anyway, thank you again, Renee. And I enjoyed doing it. And it really helped me finally get this page done. And thank you all for watching. Bye.